is there in mandation
Hmm.
to have a diploma in EHS something?
For you to work as a consultant,
Yes,
see,
I
Adesh,
think.
for you, because you already have so much of experience, they will not ask you anything at all. They will directly recruit
Mm-hmm.
you. For example, like if you want to work for some other IT company like Accenture or
Mm-hmm.
Infosys or something, some other, they will not ask you anything because you are an ideal candidate. See, they don't
Mm-hmm.
have to even train you on real-time SAP system and all. You are already used to that technology, and you have been working in
Mm-hmm.
the same domain. So for you, I don't think there is any requirement that you should have a EHS experience.
Okay.
Moreover, you have some experience in MM also, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So both that as well as EHS put together, they will be very happy to offer you. By now, you should have tried in other companies, Accenture and all.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, they will hire you.
Yes.
They need either you should be from SAP background, okay, who have worked on SAP EHS module, or you should be from the EHS background, who has knowledge on EHS module. Both of these kind of candidates they normally prefer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
So, sir,
So yeah.
have you completed any diploma or something, or you are directly from BTech here?
See, when it comes to safety, I have done fire and safety diploma, Adesh,
Mm-hmm.
and after
Okay.
that, I have also done NEBOSH IGC. I
Okay,
mean, in
Nabosh.
case
This
if
is a
you don't know
global.
NEBOSH, yeah, it's a certification from UK. A lot of safety professionals take up that examination and they qualify to become a safety practitioner. So NEBOSH IGC
Yeah.
is one of the preferred certifications that I have. Also, as a EHS internal auditor, I have a certification.
Mm-hmm.
These certifications I have done when I was working in the core EHS domain, not after joining SAP. In SAP, they will not ask you all these things because they need somebody to work on the SAP system. If you have knowledge on EHS, that is more than enough. Like what is MSDS, how many types of incidents are there, what is the incident, how to perform risk assessment. These basic
Mm-hmm.
things, if you know, that is fine with them.
Okay.
But alternative to that is, yeah, people who are coming from core EHS, they should have all this knowledge, experience and all. So that is an alternative to your experience in SAP. So either have
Mm-hmm.
SAP experience or have EHS experience. If you don't have both, then it is difficult.
Okay.
Okay, guys, clear so far? Any doubts, any other
Yes.
questions? Okay,
No, no, it was.
yeah. Right. So let's start with the very basic thing. I know most of you have no idea about SAP. You are quite new. Maybe you have never seen the software or never used a SAP software. So that's why I try to start from the very beginning. So that is why we have this SAP introduction class. So we'll try to understand from the very core what is SAP and what is the full form of SAP, and then slowly we'll learn some historical background about SAP before going into other details. So let me start with the SAP. So tell me, what is the meaning of SAP or what is the full form of SAP? It stands
It is
for.
mine
Hmm.
kind of a system and the software
Hmm.
so that provides you the means the module to
Hmm.
work on those particular areas.
Yeah, that is
If I,
true. Hmm. Yeah. Continue, continue.
for example, means there are modules like contractor management and for with
Hmm.
respect to the safety, there will be the maybe the risk assessment tools and
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
those things, the
Yeah,
FMEA
exactly.
diagram and other things. So
Yes.
it is a kind of a module.
Yeah, absolutely. See, SAP is a software that has solution for every kind of business. No matter what kind of business you are doing, whether you are into banking or into taxation or into manufacturing, pharmaceutical, oil and gas, anything, any business. power generation or power distribution or into aerospace technology, no matter what business you are doing, we have a solution in SAP. That is why I told you SAP is having all kind of solutions for your business process. So I'll tell you what they are and where and all they use SAP. I'll tell you that. But now let's see what is the full form of SAP. SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. This is the full form. Because see, sometimes they will ask you what is the full form of SAP. You may have learnt everything about SAP EHS module. But if you don't know the full form, then it's quite embarrassing. That's why we have to start from the very basic core stuff with the full form of SAP. Then we'll slowly develop, we'll go to other areas. So SAP, if somebody asks you, now you know what you have to tell. It is Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. So it is very clearly understood from the full form that it is a data processing software. So what is SAP? It is a data processing software. It can only work on data. You will input the data into SAP software. Okay, the input is also data. The SAP software will work on the data or it will process the data, and the output coming from that software is also the data. Like maybe you are entering some raw data into the SAP system. That raw data will be processed and you can generate reports out of that data, like MSDS report. Or if you want to generate an incident accident report, that is also possible. First you have to input the data related to the incident. The software is going to work on that data and it will allow you to generate a report from that incident data. So SAP is a data processing software at the very basic level. It does not do anything else. It's not a robotic technology. It will not allow you to launch satellites, nothing like that. It's a pure data processing software. But we don't simply call it as SAP. In fact, we call it as a SAP ERP software. So ERP is a very common word, just like operating system. We have OS, operating system. We have Windows operating system. We have iOS operating system, Macintosh. We have Linux operating system. There are so many different types of operating system. Operating system means it is the basic software which can be used to run a computer program or to run a computer system. Like Windows, currently I am using Windows 11. That is an operating system. Or you can use Linux operating system. There are different types of operating systems. So here ERP can be compared with the operating system. So what does ERP stand for?
Enterprise Resource Planning.
Yeah, Enterprise
Resource
Resource Planning. Enterprise means company. Resource means any kind of resources like raw materials or services or semi-finished products. All those are resources. And planning. So what it actually means is by using the ERP software, we can plan our resources. See, in any company, the only way to be profitable or to stay in the long run in a profitable category, we have to use our resources with plan and with maximum efficiency. If you don't use your resources with efficiency, then what will happen? There will be a lot of losses, there will be a lot of wastage, and then the total output will not be sufficient. So what ERP software will do, it will allow you to use your resources more efficiently. It can be raw materials, it can be your time, it can be your human resources, whatever resources you have, even including financial resource. So it will help you to plan your resources and use them accordingly so that your overall performance in the company will be much better and you can survive the competition. So for that reason they use ERP. Otherwise, why do we need ERP? Without ERP also we can survive. If you go back 50 years ago in India, there was no computer system, no ERP software. Still they were doing business, no? Still there were factories, there were companies. They were doing good business back then. So even without ERP, you can survive. It is possible. But you cannot be more profitable. or there will be a lot of wastage. You cannot streamline your business. So if you want to streamline your business, if you want to, maximize your efficiency, we have to use ERP software. And when I say ERP software, it is not only related to SAP. There are many other ERP softwares, right? Like we have Oracle. Oracle also has a ERP software.
BAL
Yeah.
something.
Yes, that
BAN
is also
ERP.
there. We have GenSuite, right? We have Enablon. There are various others. Salesforce is there for sales. So there are many applications, not only SAP. SAP is a company, okay, they are also providing you ERP software, but apart from SAP, there are other companies also. Like, Microsoft is also having a ERP software. It's other thing. Mostly the companies don't prefer Microsoft ERP, but still we have an option other than SAP. So SAP is one of the companies that provide ERP software to the organizations. So that's why we call it as a SAP ERP software. Okay, SAP ERP software. Now let's move on. Let's try to understand something about the historical overview about SAP. So what do you know about SAP? Like, per se, like as a company, what do you know about SAP? SAP is
It,
yeah, continue.
it,
Adish.
it is a German-based company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are providing the
Hmm.
ERP solutions.
Hmm. Any historical idea when it was started? Who
Yeah,
started SAP?
it uh, it was started. It is
Hmm.
started with some IBM software engineers.
Yeah,
They have
correct,
started
correct.
this company
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
1982 something.
1972.
1972. Huh? Yeah.
Yes. See, in 1970s, India, I don't think we had computer systems on a commercial basis. Yeah, maybe they were using in some high-end applications like in the nuclear facilities or maybe in the army or maybe in the research departments. Maybe they were using. But on a large scale, industries were not using computer system in 1970s. Just imagine, at that time itself, Germany had already started using ERP software. And it was started by three IBM engineers. They are German citizens. These three IBM engineers were working on some project. They resigned from IBM and they started their own company called SAP. Okay, and when they started this company in 1972, they came out with a very basic module related to accounting. So their first software was actually a accounting software. And that software also they gave free of cost to one of the German chemical companies so that they can use it for some time and see the benefits, how useful it is, how it is helping them. In order to understand the applications of SAP, they gave that accounting software free of cost. And it was instantly a big hit. That German chemical company, they started liking the software because it was reducing their job and it was quite easy to manage all the account related data. So it was quite well accepted by that company. So from then on, they did not look back. They slowly started doing more research. They added a materials management module, sales and distribution module, production planning module. Like that, slowly they they added new modules into SAP. Earlier, it was only accounting software, but slowly they also added materials management, sales and distribution module, or plant maintenance module, production planning. Like that, each module they started to add into SAP. And at the same time, as it was growing, by 1980s, SAP became one of the listed companies on European Stock Exchange. See, there is a just like how we have NSE and BSE in Europe, there is something called as Euro stocks. It is a stock exchange. So in 1980s, SAP became listed on this Euro stocks. it became a listed company. From then on, they did not stop. Slowly, they started their operations in the neighboring countries like France, in Switzerland, okay, and in Spain. And they also began their operations in North American region, in most of the Asian countries. Slowly, they began to expand. Now, the situation is such that SAP is operating in more than 180 countries. So, total, if you see, there are about 210 or 217 countries in the world. Almost now, I think in more than 200 countries, they are already operating. So they are as good as Microsoft. Just like how Microsoft is present in every company, in every country, even your SAP is used in every country. And their area of reach is more. SAP software can be used in any application. It can be used in the manufacturing sector, into the defense sector. It can be used in the PSU companies like our HAL, BHEL, BEL. All these PSU companies are using SAP. Not only that, NTPC also is using SAP. So in most of the PSU companies also, they are using SAP. Indian Defense also uses SAP, and a lot of other government departments use SAP system in India. So don't think it is only used in industries, it can also be used in administrative services also. Apart from that, you can use SAP in finance, okay, or in the oil and gas sector, or you can use it in the chemical sector. Applications are very vast. So that is why once SAP became such a big company, they came out with new modules and with a lot of solutions to their customers. So it was started in 1972, and by the way, it is headquartered in a place called Waldorf. Let me write that. There is a city called Waldorf in Germany. That is where it is situated. And currently it is operating in more than 180 countries, like I told you. And they have a customer base of 450,000. 450,000 or 4.5 lakh customers. And when I say customers, please don't think it is people like you and me. It's not individuals I'm speaking about. These customers are big MNC companies, okay, or government companies, or government departments, or banks, or financial institutions. They are big MNC companies who are their customers. Because small companies cannot afford SAP. It is a very costly software. If you ask some small industry to use SAP, it is not possible. Because just for implementation, it takes crores of rupees. They have to spend crores of rupees. And every year they have to renew the license also. Again, that will also cost you in lakhs at least, or in crores. So therefore, it's not for small companies. So when I say 4.5 lakh customers, they are big shots. They are Fortune 500 companies, and most of these are, into oil and gas, chemical industry, and pharmaceutical industry. So that is about the customers. Now coming to the competition, of course, wherever there is business, there is a competition. Just like Microsoft has competition, or if it has competitors, SAP also has a competitor. Do you know which is the biggest competitor for SAP? Which company is the biggest competitor?
Salesforce.
Salesforce,
Oracle. Sorry,
Oracle.
Oracle.
Yeah, it is Oracle. Oracle Corporation is the biggest competitor for SAP because they control about 18% market share. 18% market share. But SAP, it controls about 38%. SAP controls about 36 to 38% market share. So clearly, lion's share of business goes to SAP. But still, it is a tough competition. There was a time when Oracle was about to overtake SAP. You know that? Slowly, what happened? Oracle was providing better features, and their service was better than SAP. Slowly, they were about to overtake SAP. But fortunately, SAP did some more research. They improved their services and they maintained the race. Otherwise, by now, I think SAP would have gone to the second position. But okay, now, even now, SAP is a market leader. in ERP software. Apart from SAP, I told you we have Microsoft also, and there are few other companies like Salesforce and all, but they control about 5%. Combined, they control about 5% market share. Not much. Okay, so that's about the competition. Now coming to the sectors, which sectors are supported by SAP? SAP supports almost all the sectors. Needless to say, oil and gas is one of them. Oil and gas, chemical industry, okay, pharmaceutical, then you have manufacturing sector, then you have construction sector, okay, then you have utilities, energy utility companies, then you have in banking, right? All these sectors are supported by SAP. Even in retail space, when you do any purchasing online, in many of the service providers, they use SAP. So SAP has penetrated into every business area, and whatever business you think about, there is a solution available in SAP. Right, so that is how big it is. Now, SAP, like I told you, has many modules. In fact, these modules can be divided into two categories. Okay, let's speak about the modules now. I hope it is clear. I just wanted to give you a rough background about SAP. Is it clear, or do you have any doubts in this overview?
Clear.
Okay, right. Now let's move on to SAP modules. Can you tell me what are the module categories in SAP? These six.
Functional and technical.
Yeah, we have functional modules in SAP, and also we have technical modules. Okay. Now we have to know exactly what do I mean by functional module. See, these are very basic things, but you should know. Tomorrow, if you want to become a consultant, you should know this basic stuff related to SAP, like what are the modules they have, which modules come under functional, which modules come under technical, what is the meaning of a functional module. These things you have to know. So when I say functional module, exactly what does it mean? What is a functional module?
Mm, Functional means
Hmm.
where uh, transactions will going to happen.
Yeah, transactions, business transactions, sales
Business
transactions,
transaction.
okay, or production transactions, some kind of business activity is happening. So you take any industry, I told you it is used in all this oil and gas, chemical, pharma, and all. So what are these companies? They do some transaction, no, in their company. They will manufacture something, they will sell their product, or they will provide some service. They are doing something. They are doing some business transaction. So in order to maintain the data related to that business transaction, they use functional module. Okay, and let me first write some meaning to this functional module. These are specialized business process. These are specialized business process oriented components within the SAP ERP system. And these modules are used to manage day-to-day activities. See, let me add that line also. These modules are used to manage day-to-day activities. So, day-to-day activity in a manufacturing company is what? They will do production, okay, and they will do the packaging of that product, and they will do the sales of that product, they will do marketing, and then they will deliver that product. So that is the day-to-day activity in a manufacturing company. If you think about construction, what do they do in construction? They will purchase the materials first, Okay, and they will execute the construction project at the ground level. They will do the construction. Okay, and once construction is completed, they will hand over that project to the client. So this is some kind of business transaction that is happening in the construction field. Same thing in pharma space. They manufacture pharma products and they will sell those pharma products to various customers across the world. So day to day there will be so many processes they have to follow. So in order to carry out their day to day work, instead of doing it randomly without any software, they can take the help of SAP. For example, what is the job of a HR? Very simple example. The HR executive or the HR department is responsible for the welfare, recruitment, training of the employees. Not only that, they have to calculate their remuneration, they have to pay their salaries, they have to think about the employee performance, okay, they have to increment the salary, and lot of other things, maintaining attendance, welfare activities related to the employees. All these are the responsibilities of a HR department. So to carry out these activities which I just told you, they can take the help from SAP. So SAP has a module called HCM which can be used to carry out the day-to-day activity of a HR department. Now just same thing you apply to accounts department, apply to procurement department, apply to admin department. All these different departments, they have to do their job on a day-to-day basis. So they can use the SAP module in order to carry out that activity. Right? Even production, for example. Production department is also a very important department. So if they want to manufacture some product, they have to know how much raw material is required, how many people they have to deploy, okay, and how much time it will take. Everything they will calculate before starting the production. And to do that, they use a module called SAP PP module, production planning, where they can plan or forecast their production activity. Same thing, plant maintenance. Maintenance team will be there in every company, in every plant. There is a maintenance team. They do different kind of maintenance, preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance, okay, shutdown maintenance. There are different kinds of maintenance job. So in order to do their maintenance work, they use a module called SAP PM, plant maintenance. So whatever you are doing in a company, whatever is your responsibility can be executed by using a SAP functional module. That is why we call it as a functional module. Right? So some examples like finance, procurement, sales, HR, which I already told you. And there are related modules to them. Example, we have SAP MM module, SAP PM module,
SD.
SAP FICO, we have SAP SD, we have SAP EHS, yeah, we have SAP SCM, we have SAP EWM.
WM.
Yeah, nowadays we have extended warehouse management.
Yes.
Then we have SAP HCM, SAP PP, production planning, SAP PM, all that. I mean, I can just keep on. Yeah, PLM is there. Then SAP PS, project systems is there. There
Is
are a
this
lot of.
PLM is the part of EHS or EHS is a part of PLM?
It is actually, it has some part of EHS in PLM, but they are actually both different modules. See, the only overlapping area is basic data and tools. There we call it as recipe development in PLM, but in our SAP EHS we call it as specification management. But yeah, specification management is what overlaps with PLM.
Okay.
Right?
It's from EHS module only.
Yeah, from EHS module, some part, not entirely, some part is from EHS. Right, so like that, there are many modules. We have also SAP FICO, I think I have written. And SAP project systems is there, SAP
Success factor.
Success factor, yeah, it's part of again HCM, but fine, you can also add it there. Okay,
TM.
so Yeah.
Okay.
TM already written.
TM,
Yeah,
transport management.
transport management. Yeah, transport management. So
Mm.
like that, there are, I can say that there are more than 100 modules in the functional module category. There are more than 100. There is EDM, DM, even that you might have not heard at all. There are some modules like EDM. They are only used in energy related project implementations.
Mm. There are also
SAP
some models
EDM.
for only
Hmm.
defense.
Yeah, right. In healthcare also we have also SAP healthcare. This is a new module. And SAP ESG is also there nowadays. So, like that is why I told you, you take any kind of business, we have a solution in SAP. It's like that, right? Any kind of business that the company is doing, they can use SAP for that particular application. So these are called as SAP functional modules. Now let's go to SAP technical module. What is a SAP technical module? If you have understood functional module,
Yeah, if we wanted to change some means like suppose is there any smart forms means is there any printout in SAP and
hmm.
if you want to change that printout some formats or if you want to put any logo on that that we can do with the help of technical means like
Hmm.
technical module
Yeah, any kind of technique. See, very simple. You can say programming. If you want to
coding.
create some program in SAP, you cannot use a functional module. Guys, remember this. If you want to do programming in SAP, we cannot use C, C++, Java, Python. All that is not useful. SAP has their own programming language. So if you want to create a program in SAP for some application, you have to do it in a technical module called ABAP. Right. So any kind of technical work if you have to do like system administration or if you want to create programs or if you want to do the data processing or data security, all that will be taken care by the technical modules. This has nothing to do directly with the business. Whatever you want to do in your business, that is taken care by the functional module. Like sales, you want to sell your product, technical module is not directly involved in that. You have to use SAP SD module, right? If you want to do the sales activity. But technical module is required because it is working in the background. It is the backend system of SAP. How should I tell you? Like for example, see when they create a movie, okay, you can see only the actors or you can hear the music, you can see only some kind of choreography or stunts or some special graphics you can see on the screen. But do you know there are so many other people who are working behind the scenes? You have a editor, you have a choreographer, you have a music director will be there, cameraman will be there, music composer will be there. There is a whole set of other people, technical people who are working in the background. But when you go to a movie, you can only see some part of that. Okay, you can mostly see the actors. But that doesn't mean there are no people working in the background. Similarly, when you see any application in SAP, don't think that is the only thing. Behind that application, there are so many technical things that are happening. Some programs are running in the background, right? And the data processing is happening. The data is getting transported from your system to somebody else. How is all this happening? Without the technical module, you cannot do all this technical stuff, right? So it is like a backbone of SAP. Without technical modules, you cannot use any of these functional modules. They are useless without technical module. So functional module is also required and technical module is also required if you want to use SAP software. Both are required. But if you have to define, how will you define a technical module? These modules means technical modules are required for coding or programming. They are also used for data processing, okay, and also for system administration, system administration, and also for security infrastructure and security infrastructure. You know, SAP is a very costly software, but most of the companies don't mind paying money to SAP because the security features in SAP is one of the top class. Nobody can hack into the SAP system. I'm not saying it is impossible, but 99% it is difficult, not possible. So hacking into a SAP system is very difficult. Nobody can steal the company data. Okay, or even the person who is working within the company, even they cannot steal the data out of SAP system. Or they cannot do any unauthorized transactions also within the SAP system. Because the security feature in SAP is the latest one, and you can be quite ensured that the company data will be very safe in a SAP system. Let it be, because you know company data is a very valuable information. If you get any company data, you can sell it for crores of rupees. The competitors are ready to take that data. It can be like your customer data, it can be sales data, it can be production data, it can be employee data. All this data is quite valuable for any company. So SAP ensures that nobody can hack into the system and steal this company data. That is why they are okay to spend a lot of money on SAP, because it provides high-end security. So all these modules are used for coding, or you can use the technical modules for data processing, system administration work, and security infrastructure. Now coming to some examples, we have ABAP. I told you it is a programming language in SAP.
Basis.
We have Basis. This is another which is used for system administration, like creating your user ID and password, for data transportation between SAP systems. For all that kind of work, you will use Basis. For computer networking, then you have security also, right? Then you have
Mm-hmm.
NetWeaver, and then you have BIBO, Business Warehouse Module. All these are technical. Okay, and
Yes.
technical, we have technical consultants. So again, because there are two types of SAP modules, we need two types of consultants. So you have SAP functional consultant, then you have SAP technical consultants. Is there any other group apart from these two? Any other is there? We have something called as techno-functional consultants. Techno-functional consultants. Or we can call them as application developers. Application developers. So these people are like, you know, they have knowledge about functional module, plus also they have some technical expertise. They can create programs, for example, and at the same time they know how to use SAP EHS module, or what are the applications we have in SAP EHS module. They have knowledge of both the things, like it's like a all-rounder. Anybody who can both bat as well as bowl is a very valuable player. Similarly, any consultant who can take care of technical requirements as well as functional role, he is a very valuable resource. So these kind of consultants are called as techno-functional or application developers. Okay, clear so far?
Also, solution architect, right?
Yeah,
Also,
solution
we can say.
architect, he can, like he's a senior consultant, I can say like that.
Mm. Having
But
multiple module knowledge, right?
yeah, he will have multiple module knowledge, but at the basic level, he may fall as a functional consultant or a technical consultant.
Okay.
Even we have project manager, but that's not a consultant type. He has a
Mhm.
role as a manager to play. Even he will be having knowledge about different modules, but he is a project manager. Okay, so these are some of the consultant types we have. Next, we have to go to SAP projects. Even this is required for you people. You have to know what are the different types of SAP projects, what happens in each type of SAP project. These basic things definitely you have to know. Whether you like it or not, these are going to be very useful for you. Okay, so how many types of SAP projects are there? Anybody knows this?
Uh, yeah, there is one support project,
Okay,
uh, implementation project,
okay.
rollout project,
Implementation project.
rollout project,
Hmm.
upgradation project,
Hmm.
migration project.
Yeah, we can combine that. We can either call it as enhancement or upgradation project. Okay, there are four different types of SAP projects: support project, implementation project, rollout project, and enhancement or upgradation project. So we have to discuss each one of them. Exactly what do you mean by implementation project? What happens in this? Okay, for how many months this program is run? How many people will be working in an implementation project? What are the budgetary requirements for this project? We have to study each of these projects in detail. Not too much, but at least at a basic level you should know. Like, what is the implementation project? If somebody asks you, you should be in a position to explain to them what is the implementation project. Or if they ask you what is a support project, you should at least know how many types of support projects are there. Right? So we'll see that in detail, each of these SAP project types. Right? For today, I think it's almost time. So before
Mhm.
we end the call, let me know, are you clear so far or any confusion here?